In 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Download the Uplift. I am one of your hosts reporting live from a place very cold. My name is Gabriel Mark. Wow. The swag's gone, man. It's all gone. It got drained out of me and ripped out. Joined as always by my co-host that just loves those red, white, and blue snow cones, Dane Davis.
Hey, how's it going? I've never had a red, white, and blue snow cone, I don't think.
I don't buy that for a second. I don't care where you're from. You've had a snow cone with like the classic just syrup on it.
Yeah, no, I've had that. I don't think I've gone red, white, and blue with it. So,
well, guess we know who's patriotic of this group and who's not. Who's like, I only like, I'm thinking some obscure country like Tajikistan.
You could have said like the South African flag or like Namibian flag, anything.
No,
anything that would make sense.
There is a country called, is it Tajikistan or something? And it's like, I don't know, it's wild, bro. I saw it on TikTok. Can you believe it, guys? Here, we're 3 minutes into the episode. I'm already talking about TikTok.
Well, we are sponsored by TikTok, so we're required to talk about it every 3 minutes.
Oh, shoot. Well, welcome, everybody. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you dealing with my rust, dude. We haven't recorded since... Dude, I think probably the beginning of November. I think this is the longest gap. Yeah.
Yeah. It was Halloween was the last time we recorded.
Wow.
And we kind of messed up a bit on the last podcast because we were saying that it's going to be out after Thanksgiving. It came out the Monday before Thanksgiving. So, we got it wrong, but
and we can't blame it on the alcohol. That was literally just us being like not Googling it. And but yeah, so hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. And I just because I posted another Diana thing, her podcast did the best of ours yet. So thank you again. I just want to shout out, you're a rock star. I hope you're doing well out there. She keeps posting like either stuff she's cooking or places she's eating and drinking. I'm like, yo, all that looks really good. And there are no diets adhered to. So what's going on, man? What's going on out there in Las Vegas, bro? I know we were supposed to record a little earlier, but you're a legend. And you're like, hey, man, just get home safe. That was such a friendly co-host / awesome friend thing for you to say, man. What's going on out there?
Of course, man. Safety's first and above anything else. So it's kind of like, I don't know if you remember or if you're even like aware that there's a busy season for conferences in Vegas. But I've been working the whole week with conferences, basically getting up at like 6 a.m. And getting off early, like getting off at 3 p.m. So I like that, but it's just completely the opposite of my sleep schedule. So
that is usually it's like for you, it's like, man, I go to bed at 7 a.m. and I'm up. But because I get it, you grind at night. But dude, that conference season's no joke, and I'm not gonna lie because there's no shame. I'm just myself. Download the Uplift audience. I dated a dancer. And I remember I was like, oh, January, end of December, that's slow time. She's like, no, that's convention season. Like all the big money software companies were just the crazy thing. Cause I did rideshare too out there for a little bit. And there was a convention like nonstop, but for like the most random stuff, like, yeah, we're here for a outdoor barbecue convention, like specifically like the different models of barbecues. I was like, wow. And that fills up Mandalay Bay.
Oh yeah, dude. Because it's nationwide. There's companies from all over the place that'll come down to that. But you want to know what's like the biggest convention? It's got to be the biggest.
CES.
No, that's a good guess because it was. But AWS is like one of the biggest conventions that we have now.
Yes, I remember. That's the Amazon like parent company. No, not parent company, but
it's Amazon Web Services.
Yeah, which is like they have all your info type. Those dudes, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh, over near. Yeah, I remember picking a couple of those. It's chaotic. They have to have the police out there, and that's right after F1. So that freaking city of yours, man.
Yeah, I mean, pretty soon we're going to be busy just nonstop throughout the whole year. But I was doing Amazon AWS Monday and Tuesday, and then I did a convention for more specific, well, like smaller convention through Wednesday through Friday. So
awesome. Get that money, bro. That's awesome. And they got a lot of it.
Well, I probably shouldn't say any of this, but it's millions of dollars, like tens of millions of dollars going on with that. It's
easy. I don't know. You could tell some of those people. I'm not gonna lie, some of them weren't really good tippers, but hey, I hope everyone out there, service workers, whatever you're doing, or entertainment workers, whatever you're doing, get that money and make sure you let them know this is a tip in town, baby, or else get out of here. So yeah, what is AWS like? Just briefly, if I was like a 5-year-old, I always say that to you, like if I'm 5 years old, tell me about it.
But it's basically it's like Amazon Web Services, so it's like the tech side of Amazon. There's a lot of stuff on like programming, and from what it seems, I might be wrong about this.
Let's put it this way: when I say explain to me like you're 5 years old, that helps me transition into our next subject, which I just thought about to talk to you about. Bro, have you messed with Gemini yet? Like the AI that you talk to, the Google powered one?
No, so I haven't done Gemini. Naturally, like ChatGPT, and then I've also messed with Copilot, which is the Office version.
Okay.
And then I don't know if you've heard of this. There's a browser with like ChatGPT integrated into it, and I'm forgetting what the browser's called now. But yeah, so you've used Gemini,
dude. I'm sure it's on par with the rest of them, but Gemini's free. I will eventually. I'm gonna finally subscribe or whatever to ChatGPT so I can get like the full. Because the dude I'm working with out here, he's like, you got to get it, bro. It's you're gonna need it for organizing and everything. It's time. I've been avoiding it and like, oh well, I got to my limit today, but Gemini is completely free. Yo, I talked to Gemini on Wednesday night for a while, and I just kind of seeing. First of all, you choose the voice, but I just want to. I don't know if it will come through on the mic, but I gotta just show you. Even if we cut this out, like it's not. Hey Gemini, what's happening?
Hey there, just checking in to see what you're up to. How can I help?
So I'm curious, could you explain to me what AWS is? But could you explain it to me like I'm like 5 years old real quick?
All right, so you're curious about AWS or Amazon Web Services. Let's break it down. Think of AWS as a really big, powerful computer that lives way off in the distance. People and businesses rent out space on this computer to make their own programs and websites work. It's kind of like renting a room in a really big building. You get your own space to do what you want, but you don't have to worry about actually building the whole building yourself.
Wow, Gemini, that's so impressive. And real quick, could you tell me like a really good margarita recipe one more time?
To make a classic margarita, you'll need 2 ounces of your favorite tequila, 1 ounce of fresh lime juice, 1/2 ounce of orange liqueur like triple sec or Cointreau. To make it, fill a cocktail shaker with ice, add the tequila, lime juice, and orange liqueur. Shake it up really well until it gets nice and frosty. Then pour it into a glass with a salted rim if you like. You can also add a lime wedge for a little extra flair.
Thanks so much, Gemini. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great night.
Anytime. You too.
That's awesome. Do you want me to show you ChatGPT?
Well, hold on. Let's listen. I know we're all trying to. First of all, that's free, and if you showed that to someone, I don't know, 10 years ago, they'd be like, oh, you're talking to someone, right? That sounded pretty natural, bro.
No, for sure. It's crazy. I agree with you. It's awesome. And especially the fact that it is free. Like ChatGPT is not that bad on price, but but no, and it's Google, so it's going to be good. and it actually might end up like really competing with ChatGPT as far as like users and stuff like that goes, because like ChatGPT is using Google to find info and all that stuff anyway.
Right.
So Google's got the inside kind of thing on that. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're maybe working together a little bit, or I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. When did that chat feature come out? Was it recent, or has that been around for a while?
I don't know. I've stumbled upon it somewhere. I think I was like, hey, I feel like talking to someone. Yeah, no. But I know, like, for a fact that that's probably helping a lot of people. Like, hey, man, I'm really, sad about something, or I'm struggling to deal with a situation, and it's not gonna like comfort you, even though it will a little bit, but it will help kind of organize your thoughts, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
I thought it was that's so crazy. And I know we talk about this every week. Hey, Winnie. I'll just say it just to say it, dude. In 10 years, where is that going to be? But that's all. It's
yeah.
But let me get a sample of ChatGPT. And
can you tell me a quick story that's a paragraph long?
Once upon a time, in a forest where the trees whispered secrets of old, a clever fox named Finn was known for his quick wit. One day, Finn stumbled upon a mysterious golden acorn. Legend said it held the power to grant any wish. As he pondered his wish, he saw his forest friends struggling to find food as winter approached. In a moment of selflessness, Finn wished for a bountiful harvest for all. The forest flourished, and Finn became a hero, proving that true cunning lies in kindness.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, and she sounds, I feel like she had like different octaves, maybe not octaves, but whatever, different pitches in her voice. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like, that's a short story.
Yeah. I want a golden acorn that grants wishes. That was crazy, man.
Yeah.
But this stuff is unbelievable. I was hoping you'd tell me what AWS is, like I'm 5 years old.
Oh, right. Yeah. You want me to do that?
Do it real quick.
Explain what AWS is, like I'm 5 years old.
All right. Imagine you have a big box of toys. Now, instead of keeping it at home, you put it in a magical place where you can take out any toy you want whenever you want without having to carry the box around. AWS is like that magical place, but for computers. It lets people use lots of computer power and storage without having to own a bunch of computers themselves.
Wow.
Thank you.
That was better. That was better. Comment down below if you're listening. Spotify, Apple, YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, alert bells, bada ding, bada bing, ring a ding ding. But dude, look at this. I'm not kidding. Maybe because I'm just overtired and over emotional. That was like, that's crazy. Like, imagine you have a big toy box. Dude, bro, that was so impressive. All right, I gotta get it.
The first time I ever tried it was at Guitar Center, and I was just at work, and I started, just asking it some questions, like, basically using it to try study and research things. And like you can just have a full-on conversation, and then it's saved. And one thing I do want to say is I think the voice recognition and it like actually understanding what you're trying to ask it is better on ChatGPT than a lot of other things right now.
Oh, that's crazy.
So yeah, because I said AWS and it was like, oh yeah, I know what that is. But okay, so Amazon Web Services, it's exactly like what they described. You can.
I just got the breakdown. I don't need it.
No, but hear me out. So it's exactly what both AIs described. You can host your website on there. You can use computing power and stuff like that. What I used to do on Amazon Web Services and other cloud-based services was render 3D animations. When you're rendering out your frames, like it could take anywhere from 5 minutes if you have a simple animation per frame, or it can take somewhere like Disney's rendering times are I've heard they're like a day long for one frame. And obviously they have multiple computers working on it, so that they don't just get one frame a day. It's like they get a whole sequence, but that one frame takes a whole day. So what services like AWS do, and now we're advertising it, so let's get sponsored, Jeff Bezos.
We'll take it.
But yeah, definitely. But what AWS services can do is provide basically a render farm for you, so you can outsource that, and you don't need to have like 100 graphics cards to try render out your sequence. Maybe 5-6 years ago, there was huge talk about the fact that computing and like people owning computers is not really ever going to be a thing in the future. Like you'll rent a computer that is the best version of like an Apple or a Mac or whatever Windows computer, and then most of the heavy extensive processing will just be done through the cloud. Cloud gaming is already a thing. Improve in the future, especially because the internet's getting so quick. But yeah, who knows? We might be doing everything just on supercomputers in the cloud, using AI incorporated seamlessly with all that, and yeah, not owning anything.
Well, I will say, because we're all not, but I feel like Tesla's on our thing every time. I will say the one thing I feel like, I don't know if he's lacking, but he was on Rogan and he had he did a sample of Grok, and it wasn't getting it quite right. I'm like, I think with that, because he was in competition with ChatGPT, I think they had beef. And they're like, yo, we want to collab. And he's like, I want it for myself. But
that's
shout out Elon with your Russian accent. I want it for myself.
So Grok is his AI? Because I haven't even heard of that.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. Like, it has really cool image thing. I said, make me John Wick meets Jon Snow. And it came out pretty freaking cool. I'm not going to lie. All right, so I just asked Grok, what happens if Jon Snow met John Wick? And then
that's actually a good one.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, nice. Yo, first of all, it's badass.
Like John Wick looks like he has a gun knife.
Yeah, gun knife.
They got Jon Snow like pretty much perfect, I think.
Like, that's pretty on point, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that thing? What's like, but, I don't know.
And they don't have the hands right yet. There's some image generating AI that has the hands perfect now, but it's hard. It's difficult. He'll get there. He'll get there in like 5 years.
In between running the efficiency of our government, electric car innovation, and bringing us to Mars, but he'll figure out how to make Jon Snow look better soon.
Yeah, and giving internet to people who are
that have no internet. Yeah. Launching sketchy Starlink things that are like saving the world. And Elon, shout us out, man. We'll just come on the show for give us like 10 minutes. Imagine,
dude. I would absolutely love. Honestly, I would love to talk to Elon Musk. I'd love to talk to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
But 10 minutes wouldn't be enough. But say he only gave us 10 minutes. What would you like?
I'd say, look, yes. We're both South African. Give us 20 minutes. Come on.
It'd be impossible, but that's how it is with him. I bet it's like, I have 10 minutes. What's up? And it's well, I need to know, but it's like real problems. We want to be like, so what's it like, man?
The crazy thing with him is that, and these YouTubers probably have to get like special clearance as like press or whatever, but he works with a bunch of YouTubers that are like space kind of news reporters in a way. Like they're these huge enthusiasts, and they have awesome channels.
I don't doubt.
But yeah, they'll cover like the launches of like the Falcons, rockets, and all that stuff. And he'll like they'll be on the base where they're doing the launches, and Elon Musk is chilling out there with like the press and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he's seen a couple of them, and he's like, oh yeah, let me talk with you. And there's one video, it's pretty funny. I don't know who it is that mentions this to him, but he gives Elon Musk an idea, and then Elon goes like, he basically asks him like, why wouldn't you do it like this? And then he goes, well, we wouldn't do it like that. And then he like pauses, and he goes, well, actually, now that you're saying that, like, that's a good idea, and wow. I'm gonna work on that right now.
I love that, man.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
So he's cool. Like
he's open-minded.
Yeah. He's cool. Like I know some people are not Elon fans, but I like him. He's from South Africa. What are you gonna do?
He's from New York, South Africa. What are you gonna do?
Hey, forget about it.
I feel like we have to bring up. I don't even know if we're gonna get to the subject this week. That's cool though. This will just be like a fun pod, and we can save that for next week or whatever. I feel like we have to bring up, but I'm gonna end with like in light, like fun light things. But we have to bring up this dude that shot the United CEO. Did you hear about this guy?
I only saw, because I've been working and then just going to bed. So this is new to me. I've only seen just brief video of like some news coverage, and I only saw that last night. So I don't even know when this happened, but I do know about like the words on the shells and stuff like that.
Ooh, got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Do you know what they are? The words?
I'm forgetting what the words are, but it's like an inside way that people describe like rejecting claims and stuff like that.
Delay, deny, depose. Well, because we brought up John Wick, and dude, the videos, I would have to find it, and they're probably already scrubbing it because who knows who this guy is. But it was a legitimate John Wick looking assassin. The dude pulled up, not rushed, very casual with a hood, holds up his silenced pistol and goes, stops. I think he charges it, takes aim again. The guy's like, oh. And then he walks up again while the guy's down and takes one more. And then he, I guess he left, ditched everything in an e-bike on the other side of town. And I just saw...
He also the gun jammed on him, right? And he just casually jammed it.
Do you think a guy like that would not have with engraved ammunition would have a gun that jams? I think, because I listened to a different podcast, shout out Timcast, that if you use a specific kind of round, if it's like a quiet round, anybody firearm enthusiast, comment down below that there's one that, because it's silenced, won't blow back the hammer enough, the slide enough to chamber another round. So I think it's like, but dude, the way he did it is so cold. I hate to use the word trigger warning, but hey, it could be unsettling to people. But if you're up to it, check it out. But it's not even because it's so cold. But I just saw, like, actually my Alexa News said, Alexa News now, it said they're saying the guy is most likely nationwide.
They're saying that he's more than likely from a different state.
Well, who knows? I mean, then again, dude, have you seen the masks that people can wear? They're like, it's like a
oh yeah, like Kanye West.
Yeah, but it changes your face when you put a hood on. It's like the guy looks like a different guy. So there's that. It's so shady. But so, do you think that it's possible? And this kind of is a conspiracy. Do you think this is just a guy, disgruntled professional guy, like assassin that something happened possibly to a family member or something, he's like, all right, or he's some like social, justice dude that's like big pharma, big insurance. What do you think that is?
I know so little about it that I can't say. I can see, as like I can see someone getting mad at insurance companies, because I feel like most people don't like insurance companies, right? I can see someone getting mad at that and doing something like this, and this is not justifiable at all. No one deserves to get assassinated just because you're the CEO of a company.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, like, there's a lot of contention that comes with insurance companies and just our medical system in general. And it's something that we have to fix. There's a lot of people that get hurt, and a lot of people that don't get treatment and don't get the right treatment because of the way that our system works. And I don't care to say that publicly, because it's just the truth. But yeah, I mean, not knowing anything about it, maybe he's a professional, but I did hear, I heard that people thought he was a professional, but obviously the news said that if he were, like, they're starting to debunk it, and they said if he was a professional, he wouldn't have been caught on so many cameras. Like, he wouldn't be going to Starbucks or wherever he was beforehand.
Catch him checking into a hotel on Manhattan's Upper West Side and frequenting other locations. At the hostel, he briefly lowered his mask while interacting with a staff member, allowing authorities to obtain clear photos of his face. The suspect left a trail of evidence, including a burner phone and a water bottle purchased at a Starbucks near the crime scene. DNA testing is underway, and facial recognition technology. Well, if that was the case, they'd already know who the dude is. Or maybe it's on the low. Investigators believe the suspect may have had some firearms training, as he used the silencer-equipped weapons during the ambush and quickly cleared a jam. Okay, maybe. Firing multiple shots. Messages scrolled on the ammunition: deny, defend, and depose, have raised questions about the attack's motive. Law enforcement sources noted that the words mirror criticisms of health and insurance industry practices. Well, just like you said, dude, listen, I've heard, because this is bringing up questions, hey, that should have been brought up, bro. And dude, I heard something where, like, people with full coverage that work their butt off their whole lives get hurt, seriously hurt, and like 32% of them are like, yeah, sorry, we're not accepting it. It's like, well, what have I been paying into with, like, hey, when you were in your gig before, that chunk that got taken out of, ooh, look at me getting emo, because it's not cool.
No, yeah.
But like, how do you fix that? Like, if Elon should be put in charge of something, put him in charge of that, because you say, okay, well, let's do Canada, let's do Sweden. First of all, way smaller population centers. And isn't there, like, if you need to get like something serious done, you have to wait a long time? So I don't know. I don't know, brother. But
it depends on your insurance and your city and the hospital and all these things. Like, basically, my personal experience with insurance companies and healthcare and everything. One thing I want to say: first responders are amazing. I've had great experience with all of them, and same with hospital staff. Every hospital that I've been to in Las Vegas has been tremendous. So we've got great healthcare professionals in this city. But as far as private health insurance, which is something like Vegas is so filled with, and I get passionate about this as well, because it's directly, it's in my line of work and everything. But Vegas is so filled with self-employed people who keep this city going. And the fact that it's so hard for one to even get private insurance, to even get private health insurance, and then two, that it's so expensive. I was 27 and I was paying $600 to $700 a month for health insurance that I'd never even used. I was so busy working that I never even went for a checkup. So they kept raising it like almost $100 every single year. And then my insurance broker just kept telling me like, well, every year you have a birthday, so you're another year older. And I was like, I know that, but why at 27 am I paying $600 for health insurance?
That's crazy, dude.
Every year you're raising it by 100, and I'm not even requiring you to pay a percentage of a copay because I'm not using it.
I don't condone any violence like this. That's, obviously it's horrible for his family, and but if there's I know it's hard, but if there's a way to look at something bright that came from this horrible thing that happened, it's that people are talking about it more now. And it's like, hey, the guys that glue themselves to the Autobahn or splash the Mona Lisa with soup, I don't agree with it. I don't personally. Hey, whatever you think, God bless you. I was like, yo, you're gonna damage a beautiful piece of art, like.
Yeah.
But this guy did something horrible as well. I'm not upset. This is very tricky to say, but I'm glad that people are talking about it. I guess, is that okay to say? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this like flat out. There's absolutely no excuse to go kill someone. Like,
of course not. Yeah.
Not at all. So I 100% like it. This guy needs to be caught, needs to be brought to justice, and just like anyone who has an excuse to say I'm going to go and take someone's life, that's such a definitive thing to do to someone, and you take away all possibility away from them and their families and their friends. So there's no excuse for it whatsoever in my book. But like I said, this is something it's completely, it makes sense that it could be just someone who's had a bad experience with that insurance company, and he's just that angry about it, like a family member or whatever. And that side of it is unjust as well. It's not as unjust as going and murdering someone in cold blood, but it is unjust for some insurance companies to take advantage of
a broken system. They take advantage of a broken system. Something happened to this guy to do this. Something happened to, and it's not an excuse, but to carve, delay, deny, depose. So what happened? Like, you got your coverage, got your care got delayed, and that got denied. And is depose? What's depose?
What does depose mean?
Depose means to remove someone from a powerful position, like a king or a leader, often against their will. It can also mean to testify or give evidence under oath. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I just got chills, dude. She goes to take down a king. Well, apparently this guy was the CEO of, was it UnitedHealthcare? Like, once again, I just want to reiterate, and I don't need to say it anymore because you guys know where I'm at. Dude, I think it's absolutely horrible. I can't imagine this guy's family.
Oh, yeah.
Something happened to this kid to make him go over the edge. Because if he did this with like blatantly planned out for a very long time and to do the way he did it, but
well, I don't mean to get more into it, but you see these types of things being carried out, and there's so many opinions about it. There's people that think it's all orchestrated. There's people that, think the news that they're being told is 100% legitimate. Either way, there are crazy acts that happen, and people are frustrated. So something needs to get fixed with this, and it's not an easy thing to fix either. I don't envy people that are in the insurance biz because it's got to be awful. It's got to be horrible. So, I don't know where you put the blame, but I think it's a system that is very complicated and has lots of issues that ultimately we need to start taking more seriously and addressing those issues. And it's not to say that anything like this should happen. It's not to say that people should be going around killing people, because it's an awful, horrible thing to do. I don't know anything about the CEO, by the way, and I don't know anything about. I barely know anything about this story, but I think that when you resort to violence, you stop trying to communicate. You're not trying to solve the issue. And obviously, like, it gets attention, it gets media attention, but it's not the right way to do it, because a life is so much more than just trying to spread a message, I guess. The whole thing is very complicated. I don't know how you solve it, but people need to start looking at it in a more serious way, and figuring out, like, how can we support, because people are struggling to find jobs. People are also struggling to hire people. We're struggling with income and all that stuff. So people are, and like I said, in Vegas, it's huge. You have so many people that are self-employed, making their own companies, trying to make some kind of an opportunity for themselves and other people around them. And that I'm saying this because that's literally what I'm trying to do, and that's what so many people I know are trying to do. And just trying to find some kind of a break on, like, private health insurance. Just at least make it easy to do. If you're going to charge that much, at least make it easy, and don't try and nickel and dime people, when they make a claim.
First of all, I want to also say shout out Las Vegas healthcare workers and all healthcare workers. My pops was a healthcare worker, and we appreciate all of y'all. And it's crazy because I've talked to the doctors and the nurses and stuff in Nevada, especially Las Vegas. And listen, hopefully they're paid pretty well. I know, an RN makes pretty good money, but I've heard from countless that they're understaffed and super overworked. But like, hey, you want more hours? You can make money, but you're working 80 hours a week. And also, once again, we had a quote of the week and a whole subject this week, guys, but I'm decided to just call this episode "What's been going on, dudes?" Because we're just talking about, hey, I haven't talked to my boy for like 6 weeks. So that's why we're like just kind of talking like a normal podcast. Like, hey, listen, our podcast is normal. But I also want to bring up this last fact on my side about this. It's like, I get it. All that stuff in a hospital, in a doctor's office, and their time, to get that doctorate is very expensive. But like, and all that equipment and the ventilators and all of it's expensive. I have so much respect for that. But I've heard stories of like, this is an $80 aspirin and stuff. Like, whatever the pricing of stuff is, that's kind of broken too. And once again, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I've heard stories like that. Comment down below if you've experienced anything like this. Oh yeah,
everything. A piece of gauze is itemized and billed.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, it's expensive, man. I don't think doctors are even against. It's like people saying that like, I think doctors say like, yeah, it's way too expensive. Like everything's too expensive. And all this while, the median salary for anyone is anywhere between like $30,000 to $50,000. Like how are you going to add another $1,000 to your monthly payments?
Well, it's crazy. Let's hope things get better. It's very complicated, and I've heard people try and break it down. Like, I bet even if we asked AI, and we're not going to do that right now, but like, hey, how do we fix it? You know what though? If there's someone that can do it, it's a highly advanced, non-partial AI to be like, hey, how do we fix this? And maybe that's the kind of future we're looking at. Be like, hey, dude, how do we fix this broken healthcare system? And they're like, well, we need to start with blah, blah, blah. Don't get your aspirin from here. Get it from here. And don't cut down this tree to make this medicine. Cut down this. And you don't need doctors. I can take care of you now. It's like, that's a wild quest, bro. I always thank doctors and nurses. It's that education's crazy. The doctor thing, especially if you want to be like a urologist, a specialist, I think it's 4 years of regular school, undergrad. Then I think it's 2 years of master's, and then 2 years medical school, and then like a couple more years of being, and then it's your specialty, and then a couple more years of your residency before you're like, hey, Grid, you're set for life, but you're very hardly worked. and you gotta see some traumatic stuff too.
You're like set for life, maybe, and that's if you stick it out and end up liking the medical field.
That's true. That's true.
But you start out in so much debt. So by the time you pay it off,
you're right. Yeah,
it's at least 10 years down the road, like if not 15, not even more. So yeah, like you and doctors, I think doctors should be paid. Like they should have a great life. They should be set up.
They sacrifice their early years to help others, and that you gotta better have that passion, baby.
And it's an essential job. It's a high stress job.
Yep, high stress.
So they 100% deserve it. Like they're some of the top tier people that we need in our world. But at the same time, people can't afford healthcare. People can't afford to be insured. So
well, you know what, dude? They need insurance for malpractice. That's not cheap. I'm sure I don't know anything about the price of it, but they need it too. But speaking of debt, you know what will get you in a lot of debt is buying Starbucks every day.
Well, yeah, we have to lighten it up a bit.
we're gonna wrap this up a little bit, but I just want to lighten it up. Yo, so I was rushing home today, man. Okay. And I was like, I'm just feeling a little tired, bro. And usually in the morning, I make a pot of coffee, and that lasts me 2 days because I make iced coffee. Well, I had to detour to charge this freaking car of mine. It's the first time with all these long drives that I've had to worry about my range anxiety. So I had to pull off in this horrible traffic, get in and out, don't know, following the map. Everyone's beeping, everyone's tailgating, everyone's in a rush. Mm-hmm. In my new city or new quadrant. It's like, relax, everybody. Namaste. It's like, it's almost getting to me, but I'm not going to let it. I'm going to wear my armor. But everybody's in a rush from like the moment you wake up. But so either way, I was like, yeah, I do have to get home for the pod. We were supposed to start at, whatever time. But when I set the charge, it was nice. It was a Starbucks across from the Tesla charger. I walked in. I said, hi, how are you this evening? She goes, hi, what can I get for you? I was like, I'd like a venti iced coffee with whole milk and sugar-free vanilla, please. Guess how much this iced coffee was for a medium? Even though venti's large, but for them it's a medium. Trenta's large or whatever.
I'm gonna, and I think this is highballing because I haven't been to Starbucks, but in a while. I'm gonna guess $8.
All right, thank you, Jesus. It wasn't that much, but it was like $5 and change for an iced coffee. I was like, well, first of all, I randomly had $20 on my Starbucks card just floating because I don't use it. Yeah. So I was like, here we go, because in my mind that's a free coffee, which is not a good mindset because I paid for that at some point. But so I gotta ask.
It was an investment.
Yo, it was good. It was good going down. Although they use these horrible like quasi plastic biodegradable straws. They're not quite paper, but they're like scratchy. I know you're not really a coffee drinker, or usually you're a tea guy, but do you have, listen, you like to indulge sometimes, but when I think of these people that go to this place every day, and sometimes they get a bagel or something too, it's like $10, bro. How do you feel about this? What do you do? And this is how we pivot.
Well, honestly, at Guitar Center, I bought coffee every day.
So
I was one of those people. Well, so look, it's Town Square, right? And you know how expensive Town Square is.
Of course.
But it's expensive, but it's got great food, great places. I love them. But I used to go to Coffee Bean, and that's my place. I love Coffee Bean. I love Grouchy John's. Those two places are my favorite. And actually, shout out to Magnum Coffee. They're not as well known, I don't think, but they're good as well. They're around that area. But yeah, so it was like a $5 coffee, every day, and then I would go to a place called Rachel's Kitchen, which is amazing, but it was like $15 by
that breakfast. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know the breakfast, and that I guess that's cool. Hey, you're working hard, but the coffee,
Right.
what are you doing, man? I get it. Coffee beans great with the little ice, dude. Get a cup.
Honestly, it really helped having the coffee every day. I felt better every time, and decaf. So it's not because of the caffeine. It was just
all right.
Yeah, it was just having like the sugar and stuff.
It's not the caffeine, just the sugar rush.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. Do you make your coffee or are you buying coffee every day? I'll tell you what, Dave Ramsey, what's his name? Warren Buffett, like, why would I go and spend $6 on a coffee every day when I can make my own for 75 cents at home? I buy Walmart $4 for the big jug and I make a pot. And if you put a little stevia, a little almond milk, or not almond milk, I drink real milk now. I found out what's in almond milk. Never again. But listen, God bless you. But go. Do you still do that?
What do I still?
Do you still go to a Coffee Bean or a coffee shop?
No. I'm doing tea at home and eating at home. Occasionally I'll get lunch.
I love it. What's that lunch place out there on Dean Martin? I love that place. It's kind of near Allegiant Stadium. They like have booze too. It's lunch and breakfast. It's like a healthy side and a.
Oh, you're talking about Skinny Fats?
Yeah, I love Skinny Fat. I miss that place, man.
Yeah. I had the chicken from there, and I gotta be honest. Like the first time I tried Skinny Fats, I wasn't a fan because they put this like weird sauce on it, and I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of it.
That sauce.
Yeah, but then I got the burger like a couple of years later, and I was like, "This is really good." But I got it without sauce because I'm a weird guy like that. I do burgers without sauce. So
I still love you. And by the way, I think I already titled one of our updates "What's Been Going On, Dude." So I don't even know, but this was just a fun podcast. Speaking of food, guess what's happening
after the podcast? Are you going to eat food?
No. Guess what's happening in 2025? Something big's coming back to a menu I talk about a lot.
I've seen this. The McRib.
No, McRib. I didn't know that was.
Oh, well, I didn't actually read the article. I just read the headline. It was like the McRib is returning.
Dude, the McDonald's snack wrap is coming back, bro.
Oh.
Dude, do you know about snack wraps?
Yeah, I remember them.
Hold on here. Just 2 days after announcing that the McRib would return to restaurants, okay, you're right, reveals that another fan favorite will be in its menu in 2025. On Thursday, McDonald's U.S. president, my boy, Joe Erlinger, confirmed on Good Morning America that the snack wrap will be back next year.
Out of most of the things on the menu, the snack wrap looks like it could be the best. I mean, it's like a tortilla wrap kind of thing, right?
Yeah. And you just, dude, they used to be cheap, but oh yeah, I remember these. McDonald's to reintroduce beloved snack wrap. Look at how good.
After 8 years, took them that long?
It's like basically it's a chicken tender and a tortilla with sauce and like lettuce and cheese, but it's still delightful.
It's delightful.
I can't wait. I'll chow down, bro. I don't even care anymore.
Well, okay. So that's great news. That's great news. Some bad news. Speaking of, food related to tortillas.
Oh, I was gonna say, don't leave us on a bad note, bro.
Well, it is. It's a little sad. Chipotle is raising their prices by 2%, and it's because of inflation. So, look, it's messing with our burritos. It's messing with our plates. I think that's a breaking point, man. I don't know.
No way, bro. I know people. That place always has a line in it. Although I like Qdoba. It's way less known, like weird cousin of Chipotle, but I like Qdoba.
Yeah, I haven't been there. No, I'll still go to the Chipotle, but
they got me 2%.
But I mean the prices. I'm thinking people are gonna start protesting.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I feel so bad for the Chipotle workers because wasn't it like a thing to go in there and film the portions that they're giving? Like these kids are making minimum wage. Some of them, it's like leave these kids. Any restaurant worker, give them a break. But especially fast food, man. Like hey, there's like a thing. There's this poor kid on TikTok. He's a raging alcoholic named Josh Block.
Yeah.
And everyone, his whole thing is all of his TikToks, he's hammered, like he's taking shots of Everclear, kid's out of his mind. But everyone's like to get in his face, like put the fries in the bag, put the fries in the bag. That's what they say to like piss him off. He goes, ah! And he starts screaming and chasing after him, and like he bites his wrist. It's crazy. But
that sounds I've never seen this, but that sounds crazy.
It's his name's World of T-shirts on TikTok. It's kind of depressing, man. Poor kid needs to get some help. But everyone's like, put the fries in the bag. But when I think of that, I'm like, yo, I feel bad for the kids that actually have to do it. Maybe I'll do it someday. You know, who knows who knows what's going on with Jon Snow's life? Maybe I'll be putting fries in the bag. Hey, I do it with a smile. I praise Jesus. So I don't know, man.
But what? Like that's so weird. Why? Like Chipotle gives you good portions.
Well, no, because people are trying to get, a little extra. And like if they skimp on like the scoop a little bit, guys are like going in and filming. You haven't heard of this?
No. I've never been shafted by Chipotle, man.
No. Well,
they always have my back.
Oh man. Yeah.
Slash sponsor us, Chipotle, because I'll eat a Chipotle plate on camera. I don't care.
Shoot. Well, a couple quick show notes and then we'll get out of here. Yeah. So by the way, just a quick preview about next episode, at least unless we have a guest. First of all, we're working on getting a guest. We're reaching out to a couple people. I've had this get into the new studio. It's been the epitome of stressful, guys. And I mean that with my whole heart. It's been just so hard to get to move and get set up, and you don't realize, listen, it's a mic, it's a couple things, but to get settled for the move first. And this is such a big part of my life. When I was setting up, I told Dane, I was like, dude, I got emotional about it because, oh golly, man, not even kidding. Yeah, there's a part of my life, and I appreciate y'all, even the 4 people that listen to it. And this is a sense of normalcy for me. You know what I mean? Like, of all the things I don't know about the future, I know that I could sit here and BS with my homie on this podcast, and that means a lot. So I'm overtired, over emotional. Don't know if I'm gonna keep this in, but I appreciate y'all. And just being able to BS, like we didn't have to have a subject, but yeah, it feels good to be back, man, after 6 weeks. So
yeah, definitely, man. It's beyond any like goals for the podcast and everything. It's like it's great to just sit back and chat with you and be with like you said, the 4 people that watch it all the way through.
Well,
so we'll know because someone will comment that will be like, "Oh, John, like chin up, man."
It's happiness, man. It's when there's so much, I always use the word chaos, but there's unknowns, bro. And I don't know what's going to happen in 6 months. I don't know how I'm going to provide for a family. I don't know, who I'm going to date or marry. But it's like, at least I know for now. That's why I was like, yeah, I don't care. I'm going to edit this tomorrow. But with a smile on my face, it's like, it's crazy. At one point we were doing like 6 a week. I was like, screw this. But this is like, I know what this is. I know what StreamYard is. I know what this camera is going to look like. And it's like, it's comforting to have some kind of an anchor, if that makes any sense. So
no, dude, like, so whole thing is, we're doing this for fun, and it's something that we've wanted to do for a while. So I just think it's awesome just being able to chat, bullshit around, And even not having like a topic, I like this. I think we should do some more of them where it's just chatting around. But
just let it rip, Chip.
Yeah, like it's an outlet, and it's great, and hopefully it helps people. Hopefully people can relate a bit to what we're talking about, because we've always said it. We're not experts. We're just a couple guys like trying to figure it out, and everyone's trying to figure it out. We're all trying to make it in this world, and we're trying to do it. Just relating back to some of the stuff we were talking about earlier, we're trying to do it with some odds stacked against us. And that's just a fact of life. I'm not saying it's the worst it's ever been. I'm very thankful to be alive in this day and age, because there's a lot of benefits we have. Things are a lot easier in a lot of different ways. There are challenges.
Yeah.
And they're, especially for the future, for what you're going to do as a career, where you're going to get a home, all that stuff. Like everyone who's hasn't yet found like a home and everything is struggling with that. And even people who already like have homes or paying off mortgages or whatever, it's still, there's so much uncertainty, but we're all in it together. We're all trying to figure it out, and it's important to talk about those things sometimes.
And one of those things we will be talking about possibly in episode 24, dating, love, relationships, having that support system. Yeah, I don't know, man. So hopefully next week, and dude, there's so much still to talk about, like the Hawk Tour girls, crypto scam. I want to talk about that. Like she's in some deep water, just ripping people off, apparently, or allegedly.
That was another thing that I saw last night. What's been going on this week?
Yo, there's a lot to talk about. Yeah, bro, it's crazy stuff. I feel like every week we've talked for these 23 episodes, there's been we've had a couple calm news cycles. Like all I have is usually I always come with McDonald's news or Tesla news.
Look, when I was talking about Borophyll, that was pretty tame.
Nah, that was good. That was a good one.
Yeah, we
Borophyll, more like Borophyll. Well, Dane, was there anything else?
No. Just let's if you've watched this far,
or if you heard this far and you're in your car and you're almost to work, that was a long commute. You made it, hour 15 minutes, or you made it home. How about that? It's a better look. You made it. You sat in traffic for an hour and 15, and I've done that recently. And you're just pulled into the driveway. You got a chicken parm on the stove, a crispy polar seltzer water, or whatever you prefer. Let us know below.
And let us know, like I said, let us know down in the comments. What do you guys think of all this craziness? We seldom talk about crazy topics because we're not trying to like get too in the weeds with it, but I think it's good to talk about sometimes. And
I love it, man. And ladies and gentlemen, this was Download the Uplift. Hey, make sure if you have made this far, genuinely, we appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe. We got to get those sub numbers up, bro. We need to make this happen. We need to get paid, baby. We need to get paid on these 5 streams. It's crazy. I was riding with a dude today, actually. I was giving him a ride. We dropped the truck off and I had to bring him back to his car. And he's like, what did he say? He's like, oh, so do I was like, yeah, man. He's like, do you get paid for that? I was like, nah, it's kind of like a labor of love. You got to get your subs up, your subscribers. He's like, wait, so I got to pay to subscribe? I was like, nah, man, come on in. It's free, baby. This is free entertainment. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this was Download the Uplift, a place where when we fall, Dane, myself, our special guest, Winston, a couple weeks ago, that guitar behind Dane that might strum for you one day, or the other guitar, or the other one, or the other one. We try and uplift you. Thanks so much for joining us, y'all. Whichever one you prefer. Yeah. And singing Santeria every time you sing karaoke. Whichever you prefer. I don't practice Santeria. We'll catch you next time.
See you guys. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching.